So don't tell your friends these are healthy brownies, but they kind of are. But they taste really, really yummy, and they're kind of nostalgic because remember those brownie bites we grew up eating in the little packages? Except these are gluten-free because they're made out of sweet potatoes, so there's more fiber, and we're not adding any sketchy ingredients, no added sugar, we're just using honey and all real ingredients. And they just come in these perfect little bite-sized brownie pieces that are perfect to bring to any party and impress your friends. Welcome back to Morganic Essentials, where we make real food recipes. All right, let's get into it.
We're gonna start with our baked sweet potatoes. These baked in the oven at 400 for about an hour and 30 minutes until they were super fork tender. And you'll know once they're really tender and the fork goes through, you can peel the skins off so easily, just like this. And we're just gonna drop these in a large bowl and just mash them with a fork. That's how tender they'll be. You can just take a fork, mash them and mix them up. So these are actually gonna serve as our base instead of flour. Next, we're gonna grab some all natural peanut butter, no sugar added, and add a half a cup of that peanut butter. And then we're gonna add in 2/3 cups of cacao powder. So cacao versus cocoa powder. See, cacao is really good for brain function and circulation. Lots of antioxidants. And then we're gonna add in half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And then my favorite secret ingredient, 1 tablespoon of coffee grounds and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. See, all of these coming together, these ingredients, it's gonna bring out the fudgy chocolatey flavor of the cacao powder, because cacao on its own can be kind of bitter. It's not sweet on its own. So we add in the vanilla and then we're adding in the honey. All right, so 2/3 cups of raw honey. This is gonna bring out the sweetness, and even the coffee grounds also bring out more of that fudgy flavor. All right, so next we've got our binder, which is our egg. So between the egg and the natural peanut butter, those are gonna act as our binders, so it's gonna hold everything together so it doesn't just crumble after you finish baking it. All right, so now we're gonna give this a nice mixy mix. You want a nice thick brownie batter consistency. It's gonna look like any other brownie batter you've seen. And this is a good time to add in your dark chocolate chips. I would not skip this step. It is so good. There's nothing like biting into a brownie and getting a delicious little fudgy, melty, chocolatey goodness on your tongue. I added about a cup of dark chocolate chips. You can add as much as you want. All right, now that we mix that up, we're gonna go ahead and add these into our little muffin cups. You wanna fill them up. This is why I love using silicone muffin pins, because it just makes it so easy to pop them out at the end when they're done baking. And then I like to set them on top of a baking sheet too, just to make it easy, because silicone is really flimsy. So that way it's got a sturdy bottom so you can easily move it in and out of the oven. Get every last little bit. That's why I like to use a silicone spatula to get every little bit out so nothing goes to waste. All right. And we are gonna bake these on 375 degrees for 30 minutes. They're gonna smell so good. And a key part here, you do want to let them cool for at least 10 minutes before you start popping them out and eating them, because they're gonna be very fragile. All right, but after they've cooled down, they'll be solid enough to pop them out and keep their mold. You want them to keep their nice little brownie shape, little brownie bite shape here. See, and see this right here, that's why I love the silicone muffin pans, because you can do just like that, so easy. No fighting to get them out of the pans. Look at that. And this is how it looks when you bust it open. Honestly, I would not be able to even tell. These don't have any grains or gluten in them, but made with all real natural ingredients. Who says you can't have your dessert and eat it too?
All right, so we are gonna do our taste test. I can tell you right now, these are incredibly moist, but the top has a nice little crispy part to it. Really, really good, solid muffins. So I'm just gonna go ahead and break off a piece. Ooh, oh, it's super chocolatey. All right, cheers. Whoa. Every time. These hit every time. It's so fudgy. I don't know if you can tell, but each bite is very moist and fudgy. So you get the melty chocolate chips in there. Basically a fudge brownie. And I love this because it's in little cupcake sizes. So perfect for serving. You would never even know that these are made out of sweet potatoes. It's so fudgy. And it's kind of nice because you don't have to worry about cutting in. Say when you do a big log, you do a big batch of it, but you don't have to worry about cutting into it when you're serving. Sometimes it gets kind of messy because it is so fudgy. It like can fall apart pretty easily when it's fresh, you know, and warm. But these are absolutely freaking perfect. You have to try these. I promise you, if you bring these to the next party, next cookout, they're gonna be gone. They're gonna be gone. They're all gonna be gone. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Eat well, be well, and I will see you next time.